now in a CNBC exclusive is Tapestry CEO Victor Luis. Welcome back. Nice to see you.
Thank you, Sarah.
What's with the stock decline? Started up higher after what Wall Street has been praising as very good results.
Well, we're excited by the quarter that we just put in. Obviously, investors take time to absorb the results, and in due course, the stock price will reflect the wonderful fundamentals of the business. The team put in a wonderful performance with solid top-line growth, solid bottom-line growth fueled by gross margin expansion. Coach brand seeing a 4% comp. Continued wonderful integration of the Kate Spade acquisition, which we made last year. And in fact, at this very period, we're celebrating the renaming of our company as Tapestry with that acquisition 1 year ago. And continued progress and trend with the Stuart Weitzman brand following some of the executional issues that we saw earlier this spring.
You know, Victor, on your call, you talked a lot about things that we normally don't hear from retail. So you talked about an SAP integration for HANA. You talked about merging all the software systems from your different brands. You talked about bringing down your SG&A and your cost of goods sold cost. How much of the retail story right now is this underlying economic strength versus being able to manage a leaner organization on the internal stuff?
Well, I think it's both. We're very excited about the platform that we're creating for sustainable long-term growth as a house of brands. Our strategy, one, has been first and foremost the transformation of the Coach brand, and we've seen terrific progress on that front over the last 4 years, having transformed Coach to a brand that's more relevant globally and growing it globally. And at the same time, obviously, creating a platform where we could leverage the strengths of the organization, whether that be systems, which we're now upgrading to allow for sustainability, and of course, the platform of supply chain and talent that we have across the world to help brands grow globally. We're especially focused on the Asian markets, where we have seen great performance over the last few years.
And I wonder if that's some of the source of the anxiety. I mean, you've said a number of times that you don't source a lot of your product from China, so you're not worried about the tariffs on that side of things, but that China is a key market for you when it comes to growing the business.
That is correct. We started in 2011 actually diversifying our sourcing out of China to other markets across the world, and today, in fact, between 3 and 4% of our handbags come from China. So we don't see a great impact from any duties. And we indeed today announced that all of our impact this year, the 10% duty on travel goods from September to December, which could become 25% starting from January, has been embedded in our guidance. As far as other product categories, footwear and ready-to-wear, which are much smaller parts of our business and are not today part of the duties, the team is working incredibly hard should that come to play.
The mall's been shrinking in America for what, a decade, Sarah? Have we seen now the smallest mall we're going to see? I mean, has the death of the mall finally slowed down?
I'm not sure it has. I think
you think there's more closings to come?
There could be. Look, I think there's a tremendous number of regional malls across the world where diversification, and specifically here in North America, where we tend to be a little bit more overstored than some of the developing markets where we play. But certainly here in North America, there could be some regional malls that we could continue to see shrink that simply don't have the differentiation that allows for survival.
So how do you adjust your retail footprint given that?
We've made tremendous strides in that front. Today, as an example, Coach has approximately 500 locations in North America, less than that actually. Kate Spade in the full price mall environment in regional malls is just over 100, and in the outlet mall environment again, just slightly over 100 as well. So we feel that we've right-sized our footprint, and we will evaluate as leases come up whether further shrinkage is justified.
So one of the deals we covered recently was Michael Kors buying Versace. It's sort of following in your footsteps of creating more of a conglomerate of a house of brands. You've got Coach, Kate Spade, Stuart Weitzman. Are you going to continue to add as the American companies sort of move into what are the European LVMH Kering kind of models?
Well, as Brian stated earlier, we've been incredibly hard at work at putting this platform in play, and we'd obviously love to leverage it. At the moment, we're incredibly focused on execution around our organic business, and we've been very consistent that following investment in our organic business, obviously value accretive acquisitions will be the second priority for our capital allocation strategies, and we'll be opportunistic as opportunities come.
What do you see for the holidays?
We remain optimistic. Look, there's obviously a tremendous amount of volatility. You guys have been talking about it all day. But when we look at the consumer and we look at an all-time high, 18-year high in consumer confidence, obviously unemployment quite low, wages rising, inflation still somewhat under check, and a holiday period where Thanksgiving falls on the earliest day possible, allowing for a couple more shopping days, it bodes well. And globally, we see actually very good signs as well in Asia, irrespective of some of the concerns that people have discussed in relation to China.
Brian Cornell said this was the strongest consumer he's ever seen. The Target CEO said this to CNBC. Is that what you're seeing?
It's pretty robust. I mean, all of the data points in that direction.
About $1,000 bags under the tree this year?
Well, we have a very wide range of price points, Brian.
Lots of price for every consumer.
We've got small gifts in the $50 to $60, $70 price range, right on up to the $1,000 handbags, but our core price in that $300 to $500
Your product
sweet
lineup
spot
is a Tapestry.
Is there? Our product lineup is a wonderful Tapestry.
Dare I say that?
And that doesn't include the outlets, which also are very popular.
That is correct.
Outside of those. Victor, thank you.
Thank you.
Victor Luis, the CEO of Tapestry.